My name is Will, and today I'm going to be talking to you about Adobe Photoshop Elements 8.0. So I'm going to be teaching you how to use some of the tools here on Adobe Photoshop 8.0 Elements. The first tool I'm going to show you is the Move tool, and it sounds exactly what it's supposed to do. So when it's selected, you click on the image that you have. I have sushi here, and you can just move it. It's pretty easy. Next thing I'm going to show you is the zoom tool. Now the zoom tool you have to be careful with because um, it'll either be on plus or minus when you first select it. So plus, obviously, it's going to zoom it in more, and then people are going to forget how to get out, so they're going to right click and do zoom out until they get back, and this is a lot slower. So that's, I guess, is a common mistake that people make. But really, all you have to do, so say you're stuck in Zoom, you want to zoom out. All you have to do is you go to this zoom out here in the top left corner, click it, and then you can zoom out. You can just keep rotating in, and it's pretty simple. You can zoom in different spots also. Zoom in and zoom out in different spots, which is pretty cool. I don't know. Now I'm gonna show you the eyedropper tool. Now the eyedropper tool is used like for the paintbrush tool. So if you just select paintbrush, you see how it's white here. It's gonna draw white. So say you want to draw, it's gonna be clear. You can't see it. Obviously, you can see it on different colors. But say you want it to be another color, you use the eyedropper tool. And you can select the pink or like red, green. You can select any color with the eyedropper tool. So I'm just gonna select this green right here, and I can take this brush tool and I can draw all over. So I'm just gonna undo this stuff. Okay. Now I'm gonna show you the eraser tool. Now the eraser tool, it just erases. I can just like erase the whole picture. I'm just gonna press undo. So Control Z. You can get rid of that. That's pretty easy. The cookie cutter tool. You have like a standard heart shape here. You can just cut it out, and that's pretty cool. But I don't really want that, so I'm gonna press here so I can change it back. You can change the shape of the cookie cutter by going in the top left and click this arrow beside the shape, and you can get any shape you want. So I could get the scissors shape, and I guess scissors. There's a bunch of shapes that you can explore, I guess. And yeah, that's the cookie cutter tool. Another important tool is the smudge tool. Now the smudge tool, you can select the size of how big you want to smudge, like the areas. I'm going to do like the biggest one. It's like 19, so I can smudge it all around. Yeah. Control Z, undo it. Now I'm going to show you the lasso tool. Now the lasso tool is probably the most important tool in Photoshop, or one of them anyway. So the lasso tool is very useful. So there's just like the regular lasso tool, and that's pretty hard to do because you have to just use your mouse. So don't use that. Don't use that. So I'm going to use the magnetic lasso tool instead, which is a lot better. So the magnetic lasso tool is what you do. You can drag it, and there's going to be other squares. So it's going to like connect to the shape, and it's just easier. So I recommend whenever you use the lasso tool, always use the magnetic lasso tool, because it sees like the shape of the image. It's pretty good. So say I go like all the way around. So I'm just doing a sloppy job so I can get over it. It's pretty straight. It's a pretty straight line. And you can now move it with the move tool, which is pretty good. Yeah. So that's the lasso tool. It's probably the most important, in my mind, that is. Let me just get rid of this quick. Okay, so on to now onto the text tool. So now what this does is so you can write things. So I'm going to create a box here. If I click in it, I'll just write down. Oh, there's also certain fonts here in the top left, so you can choose any of these fonts. I'm just going to choose this one. You can see that I wrote sushi here. You can also change the color up here, so I'm gonna change this to red so you can see it. There, you can't really see it that much, so maybe we'll go 72. There we go. It's a bit thin, but you get the idea. So yeah, that's pretty much the text tool, and that's useful for like say you're making like a business card or like a sports card on Photoshop. You can put like text and put your credentials or like other things that you've done. So yeah, and then there's the rectangle tool here. You can also make it any of these shapes, but I'm just gonna keep it the rectangle. The rectangle tool just makes a shape, and you can change the color by going here. And there's a bunch of colors you can choose from, so I'll choose green. So yeah, that's pretty much it for Adobe Photoshop Elements 8.0. I hope this video helped you out, and